Good evening everyone, DRBMiller here, and I'm so glad and so pleased to be able to tell you that finally the Anthem VIP demo is going to work. All is ready for us to enter this mysterious, wonderful new world created by BioWare. And indeed we've been waiting for it for quite some time, and the time has come, so we are going to be exploring the open world and everything else that Anthem has got to give us. Before we start with this wonderful VIP demo presentation, which will carry on obviously over the weekend. As you know, the VIP demo is accessible until sometime on Sunday night, and then on Friday of the next week we are going to be able to resume together with everyone else. The next week's demo is going to be free for all, and this one is just for the members who pre-ordered or indeed who are members of EA Origins. So before we really crack on with the gameplay, which is going to be imminent, I'm going to give you a very brief introduction for all of you who are joining us and perhaps are not familiar with all that Anthem is about. Anthem is an upcoming online multiplayer action role-playing video game, which of course was developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. The game is going to be released on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on February the 22nd of 2019, so it's about 4 weeks away from today. And as you know, the VIP demo has been already released, and the next demo gameplay is going to be for everyone during the next weekend. We are going to leave the civilization to explore the surrounding landscapes. So principally, Anthem combines third-person shooter and action role-playing game elements in a contiguous open world, which is shared with up to 3 other players, in which they take the role of a freelancer, donning fully customizable exosuits called javelins. These suits can be customized to have various unique weapons and superhuman abilities. 2 classes of javelins were shown during the Anthem's presentation at Microsoft's E3 2017 conference. The Ranger, which is an all-around and balanced javelin, and the Colossus, which is a larger and more heavily armoured javelin made to fill in more of a tanking role. Other javelins include the Storm, which uses powerful technology to unleash the rage of the Hymn while floating effortlessly in the air, and the Interceptor, which is focused on close-quarter combat and can move quickly into and out of combat. Players can build relationships with various non-playable characters, but they will not be able to establish romantic relationships with them, as was the trademark of previous BioWare games, Mass Effect in particular. The central meeting point of the game takes place in Fort Tarsis, the central stronghold of Anthem. Built by the eponymous General Helena Tarsis, it serves as a fortified settlement against the threats of the outside world, and is also the point where the player goes to receive new missions and freelance assignments. So basically, Fort Tarsis is going to be our home for many months and years to come, very similar to the tower which we have in our Destiny world. So I'm very excited to explore it, to find out what it is going to be like. It is a melting pot where all the different factions and the game meet, inclusive of Sentinels, Corvus, Cyphers and Arcanists. The game features both single-player and cooperative multiplayer elements in a shared world that can have up to 4 squad members per team. Teams can fight savage beasts and ruthless marauders while exploring lost ruins and experiencing massive world-altering terrain occurrences such as Shaper storms. Well, my dear friends, the time has come. We are here for Anthem. We are here to explore everything that this beautiful, mysterious new world has to offer. In fact, as you've heard, it is a multiplayer, and I think initially I'll try it as a single player to find out really what's going on. And perhaps today we are going to be just teasing out the graphics and exploring the terrain, so to speak, because it's massive. And you know, I've heard from the producers of BioWare yesterday that the actual demo is between 6 to 8 hours long, and that's terrific. We will have plenty of time to engage with everything and get to know more and more about the mysteries which are lurking somewhere in those jungles and wastelands of Anthem. So without further ado, why not just jump in? very exciting, I have to say, to be a part of this wonderful new world from the word go. And all the technical issues have been resolved, so you could see the demo is up and running, looks beautiful, and let's hope the gameplay is going to also be as exciting as we expect it to be. Lots of my friends and associates on various Twitch channels are indeed engaged with Anthem tonight. If you look up on Anthem game channel, the official channel on Twitch, you will see that there are many streamers doing exactly the same and entering this wonderful new world, connecting with the new community members and battling their way through. We have some interesting bits here telling us what to do. Welcome freelancer, discover what you can experience during the Anthem demo weekends and how VIP players can bring up to 3 friends along. Now suit up freelancer, we'll see you in Fort Tarsis and beyond. It's a bit of a welcoming message, really. Oops, that's not the thing to do. We did not want to see that. So the first message was just welcoming us and telling us that we need to don our suit as a freelancer. Freelancers are the characters, which of course we are going to be playing, similar to our guardians in the Destiny world. The second instruction is controlling your javelin. Check out the controller layout to learn about piloting and fighting in your javelin suit. Legion of Dawn edition is the one we are waiting for very eagerly. Join the Legion of Dawn for themed legendary armor packs and much more. Purchase today, and I would say if you've not done so, please do purchase it today, and you will enjoy all the niceties from the word go. And then we have that you will enjoy the Anthem demo weekends. We look forward to seeing you again for the worldwide launch on February the 22nd, which indeed is going to be in 4 weeks. Welcome to the Anthem demo. You've arrived back at Fort Tarsis, the center of life of the frontier. Make your way down to the Freelancer Enclave and meet Lucky Jack, or discuss keeping your javelin in one piece with Zoe. By the Forge. Need to relax? Tour the marketplace and courtyard, or strike up a conversation with anyone's favorite bartender, Amal. So as you could see, we have plenty of characters whom we can speak to. Let's just talk to everyone. Let's make this VIP demo presentation as explorative and as enjoyable as possible. We are not going to be racing or rushing through anything. We are simply going to be soaking up all of those beautiful experiences which this world is going to give us. So it says that in order to access our map, we need to use the touchpad. So the touchpad on PlayStation 4 will give us the map. So we are going to try that. Okay. Okay. We can talk. Oh, we have Matthias. Well, that's extraordinary. Our friend from the US, our valued community member Matthias, will be, I guess, surprised to discover that one of the main characters here in Anthem is actually also called Matthias. So this is wonderful, and you know, absolutely terrific to have a valued community member who obviously bears the same name as one of the lead characters in this wonderful game. Absolutely 10 out of 10 for me, even before I started doing the demo. So before we start, look at that, it's beautiful. It's very nice, smooth drive. When you move the character, it's obviously from the first person point of view, as you could see. But I have to say, the resolution and the attention to detail is literally astonishing. This is just really beautiful. It looks even more beautiful than when I watched it on those presentations. and I really love the games that have this sort of degree of attention given to every single detail. As you could see when we come very close to the character, he's beautifully designed. Look, we come that close, literally face to face. Look at the uniform, look at everything. Wonderful, wonderful works. Okay, so let's have a look at the map. When we click on touchpad, we can zoom in and zoom out, I guess, right? Yeah, we can zoom out, zoom in, nice and easy. So let's see, we have this map. Then we have social settings. I guess we can just click on social, squad, social tutorial. Here you have lists of friends, favorites and more. Open any of the lists to find out who's playing Anthem and join friends with available reinforcement opportunities. To enforce a friend, select a friend and hold square to join. Enjoy playing alongside someone, access social actions with X and choose from a number of options to reconnect. Coming back to my earlier point, this is a terrific multiplayer game. Its entire concept is based on teamwork. So obviously when we are trying this demo for the first time, we might be trying it as a single player, but otherwise it is always going to be for others to come in, and we'll find out. Maybe we have some other community members, our Destiny veterans, doing the same, and maybe they will want to join us. Maybe we'll do some missions together, we'll see. And if anybody indeed wants to join us, maybe not immediately, but in the course of the weekend, this is going to be greatly appreciated, because obviously then we are going to be able to experience Anthem as we should within a fire team of 3 or 4. So the social section in here on the map, these are the friends. Oh, I can see that we have already some people. Fedi is playing, so that's great to hear. And we may be connecting with Fedi later on today, or maybe even tomorrow. Possibly we're still having enough time to go through the demo. Then we have favorites. No favorites, recommended, and ignore list. So there are obviously some of the settings in here which we are going to be able to use. You can see there's Fedi, there's Baby Soul, Bentep Pro, but these are actually some other people. I don't really think that oh, Furry Spider's doing it as well. I see. Well, that's fantastic. We have already 2 community members present here. 6 at Sage as well. Sean's here. Well, lots of community members are playing VIP demo of Anthem, which of course was expected. So I'm very, very glad to see there are some Rafa's here as well. Look at that. Rebel Soul's here. Steve is here. Tudats here. Alex Bertus here. Loads of Destiny veterans are here. Well, that's awesome, guys. Well, thank you all for coming. This is wonderful. Really, really happy to see that. And let's see, map, social, and then we have settings. So we'll just very quickly have a look at some of the controls, and just want to see the audio volume. See, master volumes up. Okay, everything is as it should be, and with the video we'll have a look at graphics. All is as it should be. Interface, we don't have to look at any of that now, so we'll just have a look at the map again to familiarize ourselves with it. Okay, so this is the way to zoom in and zoom out, I guess. Yeah. I see. Okay, fine. So we're quite clear on the map. Right, so why not just start walking and having a look at everything here. So we need to speak to Matthias first. I remember that they called him Matthias rather than Matthias. So there we go. There we are. Let's speak to Matthias. Oh, this content is available in the full game. Okay. So we cannot speak to him at the moment. But we are almost certainly going to be able to speak to somebody else. So let's see who's hiding in here. Look at that, it's a wonderful map.
On my way here this morning, 3 separate people tried to sell me Grab-It insurance.
Oh. This is also available and in the full game. Okay. So let's see what this is. Are those javelin suits? There are some people in there. And indeed they are testing. They're testing something in here, either a vehicle or a kit. Hard to tell just by looking at it. One of them is in here. Okay. It's in this area. So we have to familiarize ourselves a bit with the environment first of all. Add to cortex. Well, I'm not sure what this is. This should be something for us to buy, maybe? Maybe, let's see, add to cortex. Ciphers updated. So click on options. Cortex tutorial. Here you'll find information, everything from Grab-Its to javelins. In the journal you'll find missions, contracts and more. The cortex is also where you'll find the story of Anthem as you uncover it. Check back often, there's a lot to discover. Okay. Critical objectives, strongholds, feats. So critical objectives we have 333 treat. Vicanius Matthias Sumner is on the hunt for a relic he calls the Manifold, which may be useful in building the powerful Javelin of Dawn. So we are to speak with Matthias, right? But unfortunately, I think we cannot do that. Mark this is red. Okay, we read that. No, we need to look at the journal first. First of all, strongholds. Tyrant mine. Scars are making acid weapons to attack supply caravans. Corvus now knows where the weapons are being made, and they need you to shut the operation down. So Tyrant mine is going to be our destination for certain. Shut down Scar weapon operation. Launch expedition. Rewards. Let's see. Rewards are rifle and unique gear. Feats. Well, we have several. General feats. Okay, that's all mission related. Reinforcements, world events, mission complete. Artinia feasts. Carry feasts. Gunis feasts. So you could see this is all related to our skill and progression in the game. So a bit like the books which we have in Destiny, whatever we do will be recorded and then nicely presented here. So that's wonderful. All right. So critical objectives, strongholds, okay, we've seen. So we are going to be then looking at challenges. Path to glory, the trials. So lots of different trials, but you know, I think lots of those are going to be full game related. And as this is a demo, we'll be just accessing everything which is obviously, made for us here to visit during the demo testing. Stronghold Master, Gear, Colossus Interceptor, Ranger, Storm. I think we are going to be changing these options as we go along, because these are the 4 different types of characters which we can actually play throughout. And then once we've chosen Colossus or Ranger, then we can obviously stick to one of those. Weapons, Lots of different weapons in here. Sniper rifle, shotgun, marksman rifle, machine pistol. Well, you see, it is quite easy to remember the weapons by looking at them in here. Oh, we got several ones. I nearly said that we were not, yeah, well, we have several. Hammerhead, Defender, Warden, okay, autocannon, we have several. Mauler, Torrent, Cloudburst, lots of different ones. So for each one of those weapons, we are going to be able to choose whatever appears to be adequate. So it's blast back, barrage, resolution. Very good. I like it. And it's very easy to access as well. Combat, combo master, melee master, ultimate master. And then we get obviously some rewards if we are completing it. That's terrific. Okay, library. Society, environment, geography, histories, technology. So society, freelancers. Okay, freelancers. So we'll just have a look at the library. In fact, this is similar to Mass Effect, because if you remember, we've had a lot of knowledge in there to be read from the similar kind of facility, and then we were able to get to know a lot about various characters and literally everything in the game. So let's have a look. Freelancers are the characters that we are going to be playing. So let's have a look. Freelancers, independent lancers who choose to follow General Tarsis and the path of valor. They silence cataclysms and in aid of those in need beyond the safety of the walls. Freelancers act without direct orders from any central organization. There is no official code. The modern perception of freelancer values it's attributed to Delathi's Freelancers 3. Valor to serve the people, regardless of the station. Courage to bring silence when the anthem sings. Faith to keep my word and the word of my brethren. Trust that the free answer when called. Strong alone, stronger together. So let's remember the last section. Strong alone, stronger together. We are going to have that as our own banner. We are going to be reading it out and remembering it when facing those battles. Strong alone, stronger together. Right? So we are going to be playing maybe alone initially, but then we'll get stronger together when we get our team obviously on board. And that is the way it is going to be. We've seen that these are the freelancers. So just remember, independent lancers who choose to follow General Tarsis and the path of valor. They silence cataclysms and in aid of those in need beyond the safety of the walls. Freelancers act without direct orders from any central organization. But there is no official code. The modern perception of freelancer values is attributed to Delathius, the Freelancers 3. Okay, so we know now what our freelancers are. Dominion. What is the Dominion? The expansionist military regime of Freemark when they attempted to control the cenotaph. While their technological advances are noteworthy, their methods have shown little regard for life or individuality. So the Dominion is the enemy. Arcanists. Who are the Arcanists? Arcanists are scientists, researchers, and scholars who study the mysteries of the world, from wildlife to shape instruments. While some are found teaching in classrooms, others spend their lives solving shaper mysteries in the wilderness. They have long preserved the collected knowledge of humanity and consider the studies a spiritual and moral duty. After the destruction of the Library of Dunar, Arcanists published a common book of accumulated learning known as Concordance. It stands as their most prolific work, and a new edition is published annually. So Arcanists obviously are friends. They're a bit similar to the Speaker, I think, in Destiny. Scars. Escari. A sentient manifestation of Scar swarm. Once a swarm has reached a critical mass through consumption, it can spawn an Escari, an advanced Scar capable of speech and intelligent thought. Compared to regular Scars, Escari individuals with unique thoughts and ambitions that are thought to lead to Scar power struggles. These disputes make Escari eager to augment and improve themselves as they see fit. The first Escari was discovered at the Battle of the Terraces, leading a coordinated attack on farmers, burning the fields below the fort Tarsis. So this is the extract from History of Scars. So we get to know a bit more about those Scars. So these are Ascaris. And who are the Scars? Colonial swarm of insects that mimics the dominant life form is in an area. Scars first appeared in a cataclysm in 413 LV. At the time, freelancers defeated a large victorious creature, none of them recognized, later unknown to freelancers. The Scars regrouped and changed their mimicry to appear human. As one of the first eyewitnesses stated, this wasn't just 4 or 5 insects. This was thousands, an entire colony working together to make arms and legs and make heads and eyes. They became people. Scars then hijacked striders, cobbled together technology from scrap, and searched for shaper relics, inventing scavengers, and they left nothing behind. As a Canis researcher, Hanny Blythe stated, empathy towards Scars is foolhardy, and for the primary concern isn't domination or survival, but mindless, thoughtless consumption. They are a scourge, a plague upon this world. I beg your pardon. So they really are a dangerous enemy. We have to remember Scars and Ascari and Dominion. And Ciphers? Who are the Ciphers? Ciphers are individuals with a sensitivity to the anthem of creation and are capable of a telepathic communication and heightened mental calculation. Many young people who are identified as having this unique gift undergo ember exposure and dedicated training to enhance their mental skills. When Cipher abilities first appeared, Corvus sought to use these individuals to covert purposes. They developed amplifier technology and created a type of institutional training center called a Satomi. The most important and advanced of these is Asterat, the premier Satomi located in Anthem. Later, the Cypher revolution brought Cyphers expanded rights, freedom to choose how their abilities were used, opening a new world of communication between settlements and in the aid of lancers. While javelins were invented long before the Cypher phenomenon, the addition of Cyphers to operations outside of the ball has made all the lancers safer and more effective. What do we see? Everything. Images, words, patterns, feelings. Our memories are deeper in the amplifier than out. It's not just memories, but any other cipher we connect with. We become one. It well makes the outside world a bit frustrating, doesn't it? So that's from the chair interviews with Negan Dell. We don't actually know who Negan Dell is, but certainly this is a bit of sort of word of caution on everything that awaits us. It was not long after the cataclysm that the engineer's daughter developed strange new abilities. She could see faraway things or talk directly into another's mind. Word of her gift spread. Soon a Canis arrived and presented her with a bold experiment to help them test a device that would amplify her gift. It started with great success, but eventually met with failure. The girl's mind ventured too far from her body and became lost to the music of the anthem of creation. To this day, ciphers swear they glimpsed the engineer's daughter while in the amplifier. The first cipher, they say, watches over those who travel without moving, guiding them back from where she can never return. This was from a folk tale. So as you could see, we have plenty of different educated parts here. We can simply learn about everyone. Owen Corley. Owen is a cipher who works out at the freelancer enclave in Fort Tarsis, a small town on the frontier in Bastion. Born into poverty, he was sent for cipher training at a young age when he first showed sensitivity to the anthem. Owen spent most of his life studying at Bronelin Satomi in Heliost. Owen is an adventurer and mischief maker at heart. After leaving Bronelin, he traveled for a number of years before settling down in Fort Tarsis to work with the freelancers. However, the few contracts available have left him uninspired and dreaming of grander things. He longs to operate a javelin of his own. He wants to be a freelancer, right? So Owen Corley is a cipher. We have to remember this name. He will be quite important, I think, in the game. So, we've gone through all of those guys here. Freelancers, obviously, these are the characters played by us. Dominion is the enemy, Arcanists are friends, Scars are the enemy, and Ciphers are friends. Alright, so what else do we have? Tutorials, how to play, building a javelin, expeditions, a lengthy tutorial. quickly see Colossus hints. Well, I think instead of reading all the instructions, we will jump into the deep end straight away and we'll find out basically what awaits us. But I just want to see what this was. Wait a minute. Oh, it's on the options. So we have critical objectives, we have strongholds, we have feats. We looked at the challenges, we looked at the library, we looked at the tutorials. So basically the reason I've gone through some of the entries in the journal is in order to present you, first of all, with some of the characters, and so that you would be able to basically get introduced appropriately right from the beginning. We're not going to be encountering, I think, all the characters during the demo, but certainly we have to keep in mind who our friendlies or who our enemies are. Very quickly we'll have a look at the environment. We have fauna, flora, resources and hazards, so we need to read that at some other time. Geography, we have regions and districts. As you could see, we have regions and districts, lots of different districts. Each one of those is described here. So I guess what we'll do is we'll resort to a description of our district when we are allocated a mission instead of just reading it aloud. I've read out obviously the friendlies and the enemies in order for us to be able to orientate straight away when entering that world. But all of those, as you could see, they're very lengthy. We have lots of different entries which are telling us about everything Anthem related. And then depending on our mission, we are going to be reading and becoming more knowledgeable from our library. At the end of the day, why is it called library? Because it holds knowledge. There was something I was quite interested to see here, Legion of Dawn. So Legion of Arcanis Runes, General Helena Tarsis, Legion of Dawn. Let's just quickly have a look at Arcanis Runes. An ancient form of coded communication unknown to modern Arcanis, only a few accounts of unseen messages being used to pass information to allies during the times of war. Runes became a victim of their own legacy of obfuscation. Their existence was questioned and outright denied by scholars for centuries. With a recent rediscovery, scholars believe the runes could be a treasure trove of long-forgotten knowledge. So we have to keep in mind that the Arcanis runes are going to be very, very important. I'm quite curious to hear more about General Helena Tarsis because she established this base. And as obviously she is in charge, we want to find out who she is and what she is. General Helena Tarsis, the first Lancer and leader of the Legion of Dawn. Helena Tarsis is the humanity's most revered and celebrated hero. The volume of Tarsis claims that she was the lone survivor of an escaped group of slaves, that the general reportedly spoke little about her past. Tarsis, her husband, Garrett the Chronicler, and inventor Arden Vassa recruited and training an army to overthrow the Urgoth. Urgoth sound like a really dangerous enemy. At the Dawn Gates, Tarsis fell in battle human settlement of Anthem. Sometime after her death, she was reportedly spotted near Anshar, prompting the belief that she would rise again and inspiring construction of the Helena Walk Temple. So in fact, from what we can gather here in the library, Helena Tarsis, the general, is dead, but she had been resurrected. So this will be certainly very interesting and rather mysterious. Who is the Legion of Dawn? Because obviously we've heard the Legion of Dawn special edition is the one that we all need to purchase. So let's see. The Legion of Dawn, the Lancers who first created javelins, fought back against the Urgoth oppressors and won humanity's freedom. General Tarsis led the human revolution while plotting the first javelin invented by Arden Vassa. The Legion's ranks included the notable heroes like Sanadine, Lyatrella, and Magnastral. Their tragedies and triumphs were recorded by Garrett the Chronicler in Bastion's most famous book, The Volume of Tarsis, that the text was printed long after Garrett's death. So remember this, the Volume of Tarsis will have lots and lots of different chapters dedicated to those battles. Okay, so we have seen all of that. In fact, I just want to see the Shapers. Legion of Dawn, the Anthem of Creation. Did I look at that? The Shapers. The Shapers, humanity's name for the supreme beings that created the world itself. It is a long-held belief that the Shapers used the Anthem of creation to build all aspects of our existence. We had to depart suddenly, leaving the tools behind, our world unfinished. Although they are called the Shapers, the exact number is not known, and all details or motives are purely a speculation. Okay. So basically, as we've seen, whenever we click on options, we are going to be getting this section providing us with a multitude of different information. That includes journal, challenges, library, and tutorials. So remember, journal and challenges are, strictly speaking, in-game ongoing activity related, while library is providing us with the overall knowledge on everything which we are facing. Tutorials are telling us exactly what to do, but we are not going to be reading this tutorial. We are going to be doing this game hands-on and enjoying every bit of it. So we have seen Matthias in here, he's there, and we have seen here the stall. We picked up our journal from there, so we'll walk around a bit, have a look, explore the area, the beautiful surroundings. Looks a bit like something out of the Middle East, in fact.
The contract went well. Hey, freelancer, contract go alright?
I'm obviously a freelancer. They're asking me whether the contract went well. I cannot really tell them because I simply don't know as yet. Okay, we have our map, our radar up there. I can see it. These are two other characters in there. Let's have a look what's hiding in here. Lots of boxes. Going further up there. Welcome to the Anthem demo. Ready to face the world beyond the walls of Fort Tarsis? Visit the Forge to start your first expedition with a team of freelancers. Well, not really, not yet. Don't really want to do that. When you're ready to leave Fort Tarsis, head to the Forge to customize your javelin look, check your weapons and gear, and start an expedition with your friends. Okay, I don't want to go outside yet, so I better be talking to other people in here and finding out for myself what needs to happen. Okay.
Hey, how'd your last job go?
Fantastic.
I kicked its ass.
That's right, you did. Just got back myself. Damn Titan nearly took my arm off. Always something, huh? Owen stopped by. Wanted to make sure your records were in order. No worries, though. A Titan won't stop me from keeping this place organized.
How'd you end up as our record keeper anyway? You don't seem the desk type.
Layers, buddy. We all got him. You want a well-placed shot or a well-kept ledger? Ask Lucky Jack. We all do our bit for the family, right?
So you're the cousin who enjoys paperwork.
And taking on scars.
Keeping things balanced.
That's what I do. The point is, we've got each other's backs. It's not like we got anyone else in our corner.
Freelancers have had better times.
I don't want to say our budget's sad, but I can perform magic with more figures in the columns. We need freelancers to bring in contracts, get the work done. The better the Enclave does, the better we all do, right? Well, I've got reports to update before I'm back out there. Striders to save, relics to silence, you know how it is.
There you go. We had our first person to speak to, and he was rather detailed on everything. Talking a bit about the enemies there, and talking a bit about what we had to do. Other friends in there, we can't speak to them. Okay, there's another character in here as well. We can't speak to her. Oh, weekly alliance status. Let's see. Oh, this content is going to be available in the full game. Okay, we'll discover it. We know where it is. We'll remember it. So once we come to the full game, we'll have it really literally at hand. Alright, let's go further. Let's have a look if there's anyone else who wants to speak to us. Some weapons, indeed.
There's usually someone here in the fort with a story to tell, a contract to offer. Ask around. Never know what you might learn.
Well, he is a very, very important character. I've seen him on those trailers and documentaries
My
and
philosophy's pretty
gameplay
simple.
as well.
If you can't grill it, it's not worth your trouble. A man's stomach needs standards.
So we are going to talk to him. This content is not available in the demo. Well, that's surprising because he appeared to be one of the most prominent characters in all the trailers I watched. And he's in charge of those javelin suits and a few other things there. Okay.
Maybe I should trim my beard. It is fashionable, right? I don't even know.
I would say so, yeah. Trim your beard, look a bit more soldier-like. But that indeed is just my own opinion. He is also not available here. Okay. So let's see, what's hiding in here? Blankets, tanks of all kinds of sorts, containers. Alright, so it looks like the time.
It is a good day.
It is a good day. Can we speak to her? No, we said already that we couldn't. No. See you later, madam. Okay, so we are to proceed out here, as you can see.
My philosophy's pretty simple. If you can't grill it, it's not worth your trouble.
Alright.
A man's stomach needs standards.
Welcome to the Anthem demo. Speak with Matthias about the search for an ancient artifact, face the dangers of the Tyrant Mine, or explore the world of Anthem in free play. Okay. But actually, if I'm to be speaking to him, why can't I speak to him then?
Here comes trouble.
Obviously we can't, so let's not come back there and waste more time.
I'm not sure about this old guy. I mean, if he's your friend, okay, but he talks.
We'll go slowly up there. Oh, this looks beautifully designed. It looks wonderful. Slightly reminiscent of Assassin's Creed, I must admit. Adds to Cortex. Not available. Okay, well, what is available then in this demo? We'll find out. But as you can see, this already is very much a massive BioWare game. You have this RPG element, you can talk to all these characters, you can collect the items. So it's, although they said that they were cutting down on the RPG in it, I think so far it's telling us otherwise. But perhaps it's not as massive as you would have had it in the Mass Effect trilogy. That's all that perhaps they wanted to say. I don't know, so far so good, I'd say. Ah, this is awesome. Look at that. Wonderful. Well, who wouldn't like to have a drink in there? Hello there.
Hello, my name's Amal, and I'm your bartender. Freelancer.
Nice to meet you.
Did you recognize my voice when I said freelancer?
Was I supposed to?
Well, I was in season 1 of Dawn Guard, so I thought you might.
Really? What was your character's name?
Sentinel 2. Sentinel 1 got to open the gate, but I was always at his shoulder.
Just in the first season?
Yeah, in the second to the last episode of season 1, I got killed by a scorpion.
Just bear with us. I'm sorry to hear that.
You gotta be tough if you want to be an actor.
Who knows? Maybe you'll get another shot.
You're probably right. I don't think Dawnguard appreciated me. Hey, you're pretty smart. I could use your advice.
Okay.
So there's this lady that comes to the bar and I think she's attracted to me.
What makes you think that?
She said, and I quote, "I'm super attracted to you."
So, what's the problem?
First, she's married. Second, to an aggressive lancer. And third, I am terrible at saying no. How do you think I should handle this?
Just pretend you're playing a character who's great at saying no.
That's a great idea. I'll act my way out of this. I think my character will be firm, but friendly. Just like Sentinel 2, you know? My role in Dawnguard.
Sounds like you got this.
You are a wise person. I'm not gonna forget this. If I ever get into a jam, I know who I'll come to for help.
Great.
Great talking to you. We shall now advance to other characters. So let's see who else is there. Does he want to talk to us? No, he's just latching about. And then here. No, they don't want to talk to us either. We are just exploring all of those areas here at the base. There's no hurry to be fighting battles as yet. We want to find out exactly where things are. And as you know, with BioWare games, that is very important because obviously you can orientate yourself better, you get to know all the characters, and you obviously build your character profile according to the way you speak to everyone, and indeed according to your own choices and decision making. So this bar looks fairly deserted. There aren't many people drinking in there. Add to Cortex. Oh, we can't do that as yet. Is there anything else in there? Yes, it looks a bit like Levant restaurant in London. If you people are familiar with one of the best Lebanese restaurants in the UK, which is there in Wigmore Street off Oxford Street. It looks exactly, well, not exactly the same, but does have the same aura with these kinds of sections resembling tents. And with belly dancers as well, I must admit. Okay, we've seen now this area. We've been here. It's in the basement. And we are going to be then proceeding and going out the usual way, following the pointers, which are very easy to follow. What are they doing? Eating. Oh, they're cooking. I see. This is like a grill of some sort. Is this also for? No, that's not to be collected. People are enjoying some niceties in there. And you know what? I'm getting hungry. Look at that. It'd be quite good if I could just sit down here and munch away. Looks like potatoes. And I like potatoes, so there you go. Very good. Oh, look at that. It's a massive big pond in here. It is also not available. It's funny because this character looks just like my hunter. See that? The outfit. It's almost like this character was imported from Destiny. Oh well. What's hiding here in this stash? Lots of different items. My goodness, this is a massive big open world. Lots and lots of places where I can go to. I really want to see what's hiding in there. If anything. I'll get lost. Too many back alleys. Can we go in? No, we can't go in. Back in there. Somebody slept in there. Can we open the gates? No, that's going to be available in the full game. Quite like the idea of those pointers. They are already more and better integrated than those I've seen in Destiny, I have to say. Different developer. And they're much easier to follow, and obviously they are emerging within my line of sight accurately, so I cannot easily get lost. Alright. Fine. So it doesn't look to me like they are... Oh. Can't talk to him either. What is in there? Reconstruction works. Okay. We cannot talk to him either. At Cortex. No. Triple threat.
Sorry, freelancer, I'm busy. Come back later.
Understood, madam. I shall bother you no more.
Sorry, freelancer, I'm busy. Come back later.
Very interesting map. So you could see this is a beautiful world. It's beautiful design. Lots of people out here. We can't really add any of that by the looks of it. We can't talk to him either. No. Okay, so we've seen everything here. We'll then follow the pointer. Oh, we need to go here. Or do we need to go here? Yes, we do. Lots of books on display. Somebody is getting rather knowledgeable. Oh, I get it. We were not able to speak to him earlier on because that is in a different section. But in here, we are going to be able to speak to him. So that's very good. That's Matthias. He's one of the lead characters here in the game. Okay, just before we speak to him, I need to be double checking on the messages coming in. I'm very glad to see that lots of people are watching the broadcast on various platforms. I thank you obviously for coming in and joining me, and I'm very glad to see that I was able to resolve the technical problems which were plaguing me earlier today on the VIP demo. Everything is obviously hunky-dory and set up as it should be. The demo looks absolutely wonderful. It is very atmospheric, polished, colourful, reminiscent of several other games which obviously I played over the years, and the open world is giving the impression of being vast. Lots of characters to talk to. As you can see, we couldn't access them in the demo, but evidently in the game we are going to be able to speak to everyone and pick up any kind of bit which is found anywhere. So just bear with us a moment. I just want to see what the responses are, what people are saying about the broadcast and what they're saying about Anthem overall. Very interested to see that. So just bear with us a moment. We have lots of people coming in on Twitter and on Instagram. Thank you for that. Twitch community is really supporting my streams continuously every day, and I really thank you for that. Thank you very much for supporting all of my streams, all of my broadcasts, all of my community members, and for retweeting, liking, and presenting my channel to all of your followers and your associates. Really thank you for that. I treasure it, and it really helps. It helps us to connect with new people, those who have not discovered the channel or our community as yet. And let's very quickly have a look at those people who had come in on Twitter and on Instagram. Yeah, we have quite a few, so that's really great. And okay, we'll have a look at Twitter. Twitch community is supporting all we do, and very glad to see that they had also forwarded the links to this stream to their followers and to their community members. Susie Whittle, the Witters and development heads have come in as well. Miss Sally Cat and several other people. Kate's Queen and Weasel Base are supporting the stream. Thank you very much for that. Eric Polly is supporting the stream. Thank you very much, sir, for that. Jeff Ross is supporting the tweet. That's terrific. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you very much for coming in and watching. Really appreciate it. So that's wonderful. We'll just very quickly have a look at anyone else still waiting here. Well, that's astonishing, I have to say. Well, thank you. Several thousand people had read and accessed the announcement on this stream, so I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very glad to see that some of those are also supporting the stream. That is the Anthem stream, which will be evolving after the end of February once the game comes out. Very, very happy to see several thousand people had supported this latest posting, so that's really amazing. And considering that the posting actually has been out only for about an hour, I find that really incredible. Thank you for that. Thank you for likes, thank you for retweets, literally thank you for every single bit of support which you had expressed and shown. Wonderful, thank you. So now we're going to carry on with that character, and we'll talk to Matthias.
What have you been up to?
You'll love it. Okay, it's called the Manifold. Well, technically I call it the Manifold.
And it does what exactly?
For years, I'd heard of a type of Shaper relic that was able to amplify and augment the qualities of other objects. Never encountered one, never knew anyone that had, but thanks to the Elysian manuscript, I think I know where one is. Right here in Bastion.
And you think it'll amplify and augment the power of my javelin?
Precisely. Excited yet? Not to worry. Once we find the Manifold and get it working, you will be. Guaranteed. First, the Manifold. Then we boost your javelin, you silence the Heart of Rage, and boom. Everyone lives happily ever after.
It's a little more complicated than that.
Details. I've sent all the particulars of the location to Faye. I can't wait.
So we've spoken to Matthias and find the manifold for Matthias, which means we need to launch expedition. We'll have a look around a bit. See, he's got all these books. It's a massive big library, similar to the one which obviously we hold on our menu. Lots of different bits are stashed here. Required and unnecessary.
All right there.
Indeed, sir. I am very good. Look forward to the expedition. Very interesting. Beautifully designed. And now we are going to be following our pointer. But before we do that, I just very quickly have a look at the options, whether the options are telling us anything. Critical objectives, triple threat. Yeah, so principally it's tracked, and the Akenis Matthias Sumner is on the hunt for a relic he calls the Manifold, which may be useful in building the powerful Javelin of Dawn. So find the Manifold for Matthias and launch the expedition. So this is what we're going to do. As you can see, it's nice and easy, very easily accessible. And we are now going to be doing the expedition. So let's go out there nicely and quietly. We explored the entire area. We know exactly where things are now. No need to be looking at it again. And looks like we need to go through the door. Wow, this space is massive as well. Look at that. What is he doing in here? He looks like one of those characters from Destiny for sure. As you can see, he's guarding the gate. Nobody can pass through. Yeah, we've been here before.
It's a good day. Super bad.
Cooking, serving. I'm hungry. I want to have some to eat. Fish and potatoes. Well, Matthias is here. In fact, we have Matthias and we have Matthias. Did you know that? One of the lead characters in Anthem is called Matthias. And Matt's asking us, how's Anthem? Well, to tell you the truth, so far, so good. Absolutely wonderful. I've been just exploring the location, which is our base, and I read lots of different entries in the library in order to get knowledgeable on friendlies and foes. Oh. Well, you see, I pronounced Matthias, which would have been, I guess, more Central European, but then we'll say, is it Matthias or Matthias? Is it hard T or is it TH? Okay, I apologize, sir. I didn't realize that, so I was pronouncing your name incorrectly. So it's Matthias, right? Excellent. I learnt it now, and in fact, I, realized that after listening to the BioWare producers earlier today, and I tell you, the producers were Silla Costa and Jen Chevery. Silla Costa is the lead producer on Mass Effect and also on Dragon Age and on Anthem, and Jen Chevery is an associate producer at BioWare. They talked a lot yesterday in their world launch through the IGN demo testing, and I watched that today. So it was a really, really good presentation, I have to say. Lots of interesting things said about BioWare and the gaming industry and everything else, as well as obviously having the first chance to look at the gameplay. And then I realized, because they were talking about Matthias, and I realized, hang on a minute, maybe I got it wrong, so I apologize. Anyway, so far so good, sir. I'm enjoying the game, I'm enjoying the demo, I'm feeling very happy that I was able to get it going and that the technical issues have been resolved. And as you could see, this is a game that is very, very finely designed. The areas look really meticulous, loads of different characters everywhere, it's very atmospheric. At the beginning it looks a bit Middle Eastern, but really, really immersive. Matthias says, well, don't let me stop you. No worries, I'll carry on. We'll be exploring. We'll be looking for those items that we need to find, but in fact I discovered there are lots of characters and lots of items which we cannot unlock because we are doing this VIP demo. But, we just have to follow the instructions. Like, for instance, him. He's here, and if we are trying to talk to him, we'll get this saying you'll get this in the full game. So in fact the demo is quite clear cut. It's basically giving us pointers as to what we can and cannot do, and it's focused on missions and use of weapons. I think that's the, you know, the basics. But you know, the demo is actually between 6 to 8 hours long, so we can play it for quite a bit, and also we can have game saves and then rejoin the game on the next weekend. So that is going to be very, very useful as well. What's particularly useful is that I'm doing it obviously as a single player, and this is a multiplayer game because I want to know, you know, learn the ropes first of all. And then on the second run, or even tomorrow, I can bring in other people and we can do it in co-op, you know, literally from the word go. But I think it's important that every single person explores the area first to get to know where things are, so it makes it easier for everyone else when they join. But to tell you the truth, very many of my PlayStation associates and contacts are doing VIP demo as well, so I've been quite surprised by the sheer number. And lots of those guys are dedicated Destiny veterans as well, so it's very, very good. The graphics are just astonishing. I have to say, I've been just loving my walk and loving everything I could see so far, because these graphics are very easy on your eyes. You know, you can literally be playing this all the time and you never feel tired. Look at this, just beautifully designed, all these crates and oh, open vault. So the vault is here. Heavy pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, marksman rifles, machine pistols, light machine guns, components, basic Ranger Colossus Storm, gear, consumables, crafting and junk. But before getting into the vault, I really want to first of all get into one of the javelin suits, which is what I will need to do, I think. One is obviously erected here and we'll go there. Lots of characters. Oh, she's there as well. I'll talk to her maybe.
Look who's back in one piece.
Zoe, did you expect me in more pieces than one?
You? Never. I trust you've brought me work. Always good to give your javelin the once over after a run. What have you done this time?
Nothing you can't fix.
Flattery, huh? You must have done a number out there.
Nothing too crazy.
Are we using your skill for crazy or mine? Scars, beasts, relic-based nonsense. Some people stay on this side of the wall. Others, well, since you love running into that kind of stuff, you better be careful.
Careful helps me survive.
The job's got its risks, but keep my eyes open.
That's what I like to hear. I'll run you some maintenance checks. Only the best for my favorite freelancer.
I bet everyone's your favorite.
I have a complex ranking system, and you have better places to be. Go on, then.
Really good. I really like the dialogue as well. Very funny. And entertaining. So as you can see, all these guys are getting the gear together. Lots of them. And that's the suit we need to get into. But we'll spend a bit of time looking at what they're doing. The young lady in there, she's obviously the quartermaster, or one of the main maintenance experts. So look at that. Everyone's excited to find out what we are going to look like once we get in the javelin suit, right? So before we do that, I need to take a very short break, and then we'll conclude with this excitement. We'll see what we look like once we jumped in the suit. I'll be back literally in 1 minute, so bear with us, and we are going to be cracking on with our first mission in this wonderful, mysterious and very atmospheric Anthem world. And there we are, I'm back, and we are now going to be continuing with our expedition. So everybody is wondering, I'm certain, what we are going to look like once we get into this javelin suit. Is this a javelin suit, or is this just a suit? Because obviously what Matthias told us was that we need to be doing what? We need to be on the hunt for a relic he calls the Manifold, which may be useful in building the powerful Javelin of Dawn. So I'm not quite certain whether this is a Javelin suit or not, but we are definitely looking for that relic, which he calls the Manifold, and this relic is going to be useful in building this powerful Javelin of Dawn. So there we are. This is the suit that we are going to be wearing. Loving the look of it. I'm just examining it really a bit, because I've posted several concept art images of this suit on my Instagram. For anyone interested, just access my Instagram and have a look. They've not released many of the concept art images, the BioWare. They're keeping everything closely under wraps, you know, before the game is released, just in case that there be some spoilers in there, whatever. But the ones which I've seen are really, really good, and there are two which are posted of the suit, and they look just absolutely wonderful. So, start expedition, my friends. Matthias is saying stream Resident Evil 2 if you're interested later. Absolutely, sir. I'm very interested, and I do want to see Resident Evil 2 as well. So, I will be streaming Anthem still for about 4 hours, and indeed, if I finish on time, I'll be able to have a look at your stream. But please do keep it on your Twitch archive, because I will certainly watch it, if not live, then later on replay. So it'd be great to have it there, because sometimes when I'm streaming, you know, I can't really watch another stream at the same time, but if there's a possibility, I certainly do. But I'm very interested in Resident Evil 2 as well, so obviously want to see what the game looks like, and also I want to see your gameplay and everything else. So that's going to be really cool. So keep it on your Twitch archive if I'm not able to catch up with it, you know, when you sort of begin. Excellent. We are ready for our first expedition in this wonderful, mysterious and very atmospheric Anthem world. There we are, we're in the suit. So expedition tutorial. Here you can select your mission, difficulty level and previous settings. That's on R3. When you enter the start of the expedition, the last mission you acquired is always selected. Change missions by selecting the mission title, navigating to the map and choosing the new objective. Press R1 to open a squad page where you can invite players to your name. Ready up and launch by pressing square. Okay. So difficulty is normal. I think in order to make it easily accessible, we'll put easy. Select expedition difficulty here. More advanced difficulties drop rarer loot and spawn more dangerous enemies. Grandmaster difficulties are unlocked when you progress further in the game. So principally the way we do it is we are going to be starting with easy, we'll progress with normal, and then we'll go on hard, right? And that is obviously to give everybody a good idea of what game is going to look like. So we're not going to be jumping any steps. We are going to be starting with easy. Okay, so that's easy is enabled. Difficulty is easy. Start expedition is here. And let's see, select triple threat is going to be taking place in Great Falls Canyon. And I'm kind of quite curious to see where that is. Expedition map tutorial. Here you can select any of your available missions, strongholds or free play. If you're in a squad, the squad leader has access to all missions available to players in a squad, including ones and on the map, and press then X. Contracts from friends may appear on the map. Select them to jump in and help out. Okay. free play tutorial. Start a free play game by selecting a strider icon. Free play allows you to explore the world. Free play sessions are always public. You can play with friends by inviting them to a squad on the squad screen. Okay. So this is a map, as you could see. You can zoom in, zoom out. So we have various areas. Valley of Tarsis, Eastern Reach. I guess this is the base, right? What's this? Free play. We'll have to try free play as well. We have plenty of time tomorrow and on Sunday to engage with everything. Tyrant Mine. High Road, Emerald Abyss. Massive big world, look at that. Fortress of Dawn. So I think we have some ideas on free play as well. Okay. But I didn't quite get the difference between the expedition free play. We'll have to see and explore that. So we have options. Okay, so that's not quick play. Legend is a mission, landmark, free play, and stronghold. Okay. No, that's wrong. So what we're going to do is we are going to be engaging triple threat. Okay. Reinforced tutorial. Quick play allows you to join an expedition with spaces available. You can select mission or stronghold to activate quick play for any ongoing missions or strongholds you have completed. The squad may already have started when you join. Return to the summary screen to launch. Okay. So we are not going to be doing anything else but the mission. So that's a bit perturbing. So we put this as okay. And then quick play. No, that's not it. Why is it not giving me the option to play immediately? That's the question. Okay. Launching expedition. Loading the expedition section of the game. It is taking a while to load, I noticed also right at the beginning of the game. So we'll just have to be patient until it gives us the options. Everybody's doing the game, so the servers are obviously a bit slow. Looks like the game's loading, but I'm not getting anywhere, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, I see the bar is up there. I didn't notice it. The bar is telling me how far it loaded. Can you see? It's all the way up. Definitely taking time. Seems to me that there's a problem with matchmaking. It's not allowing me to come in. So the question is, what do I do? Because any other option is not going to allow me to come in or out as the game is loading. Well, obviously this is a VIP demo, so there may be some technical problems, and what else can we do there? We just have to wait until we are allowed to come in. But I can tell that I'm being held at bay in there, because obviously we were loading, and now we are not allowed access to the arena, wherever the action is. Not sure why. No, it's not loading. So what do I need to do in order to move forward? Is the question. I've heard lots of people were complaining about some technical problems, but you know, obviously this is one of those, and we'll just need to wait. But I can't see it. The game's just not loading. I wonder what the reason for this is. Does anyone know? I just have to wait, you know, because the controller is not responding to me going back to the options or trying to do anything else. It's just completely dead, and I'm literally stuck in there. So there's nothing I can do but restart the game, which is what I do not want to do. For the benefit of our viewers and everyone else who joined us later on, we are doing our premiere of Anthem VIP demo, which has been enabled tonight. It's been plagued by some technical difficulties early in the day, and unfortunately the difficulties are arising again. We had just gone into our first mission after donning our Javelin suit, and the game is not throwing us in for some reason, so I don't know why. I don't know what I need to do in order to accelerate it, but by the looks of it, I just have to rely on the server to bring me in, or provide me with an error message where I can just come back again. Let's see on the Anthem Twitter what they're saying, if there are some technical difficulties at the moment. I advise everyone to do the same if you are indeed playing Anthem, the VIP demo. Be able to see In fact, I just read several tweets on Anthem official website on Twitter, official profile I should say, or the official Anthem Twitter is probably the best way of describing it, and they said, we're looking into the infinite loading issue with the Anthem game demo. In the meantime, try relaunching the game and rejoining a mission to see if that helps you. We are adding more server capacity to the Anthem demo right now. Hang tight while we work to get everyone into the game. So these messages were posted about 5 years ago. 5 hours ago. And for some reason this is still happening. So the question is, what do I do? Well, my dear friends, it looks like I have to follow the advice given to me by BioWare, and the advice says that I need to be restarting the game. And indeed, if I'm to be restarting the game, the trouble is I have to discontinue with the broadcast and then relaunch another broadcast. So this is what I'm going to do. So please do bear with us. There is nothing I can do but basically follow the instructions. So if you are one of the viewers, I advise you to stay logged into my channel, and I will resume with the broadcast immediately, because as you could see, there's a problem with the game loading. It's been well reported, it's been acknowledged by BioWare and EA. They are dealing with it and tackling it, and indeed it is going to be obviously a serious issue, because as you could see, anyone who is doing the stream will be stuck at this point when you are embarking on your first mission. So in order to shorten up and sweeten up the period of waiting and perhaps a following minutes of frustration, we are going to be simply ending the broadcast, and then we'll resume with another broadcast of Anthem, and we'll try again to log in with the same mission. So stay with us. I literally have to reload the demo and come back in again after discontinuing this one. As you can see, it's stuck there on loading, and we are going to resume almost immediately. So stay with us. I'll be back literally in a couple of minutes.